all 80 gallons of water.
I know, and that's why I just can't. Like, everything's dripping, everything's wet, everything's ruined. Like,
stop it. I'm so sorry.
It's just, we just talked about how when you go down the road and it's rough, like you expect things to fall apart and even break, but like, this is just huge. This is like, we've never had anything like this happen before. Is it soaked into the carpet too?
Yeah,
like,
we've gotta get on this quickly.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's just been such a long day.
Last week we left you on a bit of a cliffhanger. It was not how we were planning on ending that episode. We were gonna do a nice Medora sunset, and as I'm here setting up the RV, I noticed water coming down this tire, which was an immediate red flag to me because we are in dry climate. We haven't gone through any rain today or anything. And so I walked into the RV and you can see the floor is soaked, and this faucet was right there.
I just don't know how it got turned on. Like, I literally don't know how it got turned on.
The vibrating rods. The vibrating rods.
We have never had that happen before, though.
No. From what I can figure, the vibrating rods swung this over and this handle had turned on, and our fresh water tank is dry. We had like 60 gallons, between 60 and 80 gallons in the fresh tank, and it's all in the RV. So we've got to clean that up now.
Let's just get everything out of here.
Yep.
Just
get the
so
slide
we can
out.
see the damage and what we're working with here.
And we just got to dry up as much as we can.
Yeah.
I know this seems dramatic. We're still kind of processing everything. I've never dealt with something like this before. I know water inside of an RV isn't a great thing, and obviously it's made it past places that I'm going to be able to get to. So far, the only carpet I'm seeing that's soaked is back here by your desk. I'm not seeing a lot on the slide. So I'm going to get unhitched so that we can push the slides out and we have our project for the day.
It's on the edge here.
Yeah, but it's not.
It doesn't seem to be under the slide.
I actually think, Kalyn, that we're pretty darn lucky. I think, look how much of it is in the sink.
I know, careful.
So I'm guessing that gray tank is full.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of it went down the sink. And then what didn't go down the sink came here. And obviously we have a situation here.
Right, like we should probably take this desk out. Did it drip down there?
Oh, I'm sure there's some down here because it got to the tire over there. So
Yep.
yeah, there's water under here.
So we need to take all that out too.
Yep. You're not gonna believe this.
Oh my goodness.
I did not have this on my bingo card.
We might not have to take this out as long as we just like move it. If you can help me move it.
Yeah.
To twist it like this way.
Yeah, to get it off.
And then that way it gets it off the wet. Because the right side is clear.
Yep. Oh. I didn't see any water in the basement, which I'm very grateful for. However, this spot right here where the pots and pans were is right next to the fuse box, and there's a lot of wiring down through there. So I'm gonna go check that specifically out, kind of stick my head in there and see what we got. The electrical area itself is dry.
Good. I just don't know how much of it has soaked through to where we have to like tear this up.
Do you want me to pull the carpet up a little bit?
Like, do we just let it dry out?
If I had a shop vac, I'd be less worried about it.
Because part of me was debating, do we just cut?
I think we do. I think we just cut it, pull it up, and get an area rug for now and stick it here. We've wanted to replace the carpet if...
Yeah, we can't live with this.
Because I'm afraid this is going to get moldy, mildewy,
Exactly.
nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the pad under there is soaked.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. I got the fan. Like cut straight across, like when it starts to curve.
This carpet is so nasty.
I wanted to get rid of it.
Not this way.
I just didn't want to get rid of it this way. Yeah.
Thank goodness we're in a dry climate right now. So I checked the area around here, and the only spot that I'm finding any wet that has escaped down through the bottom of the RV is literally right here above this wheel well. There was a spot right there that I could feel the water dripping down, but that area dry, everything back there is dry. I think everything stayed pretty much contained up there. We're just gonna try to dry it out as best we can.
We got the inside pretty much all cleaned up. We still have to deal with this stuff. Now we're gonna focus on the animals and then get fresh water in the RV. Thankfully, we have 40 gallons spare in the back of the truck, so we don't have to go anywhere tonight.
She's ready. Good girl. Let's go. So we're just gonna fill this water, decompress. We'll see you in the morning.
It is a bit of a mess in here. Everything's kind of rearranged to make room for this
Cody's over there,
that
desk is here.
There's stuff everywhere. So what we have learned, we like to learn lessons out of things.
Oh, sorry.
Your alarm's going off. We like to learn lessons from our quote-unquote failures. And the lesson we learned is to always double check to make sure that the water pump is turned off.
And we usually turn it off. We actually turned it on when we made a bathroom stop and grabbed
like our
sandwiches.
last bathroom
it was our
stop.
last one. And after that, we drove on a pretty rough road, even though we're in the US. And either the handle like slowly vibrated open or a dish hit it or something. And also the faucet went over the counter. So water just went everywhere.
And that wouldn't have been a problem if, again, we had turned the water pump off. So we're gonna head into town today, not only to look for an area rug for that section because now it's completely dried out, but also to get out of this heat.
It is 90 degrees. We can't run our air conditioner.
Not while we're boondocking.
While boondocking. We either have to find plugins or whatnot. So Trinity, we've actually all been outside most of the day. Trinity's been hanging out under the RV. We've been keeping the animals cool. We're both a little sick of it, so we're gonna go
we're gonna
take
get
the animals,
air conditioning in
turn
the
the air
truck.
conditioner on, and enjoy some cool air.
But this is the first time we're like wearing, at least for me, that I'm wearing shorts and a tank top.
You can tell it's the first time for me too, because these legs are white. And since we're going to town, we didn't do all our laundry in Canada because we were just trying to use up our Canadian cash, so we're gonna finish the rest of the laundry. Can you believe 2 people make this much laundry? Anyway, we're gonna do laundry, we're gonna do some shopping, and since we miraculously used up all our water when we got here, I'm gonna refill our spare jug so that we can make it the rest of the time here in Medora.
Miraculously.
You look like content for the first time all day.
I know,
You're
it's
like,
nice and cool in here. The area rug is really just a temporary fix while we decide if we want to actually go ahead and replace the floors or not. This is something, a project that we have talked about since we bought the rig.
Since 19, can you?
Oh my goodness. 2019, I think is what you wanted to say.
The heat's getting me. Yeah, since 2019, we wanted to, but then when we did all the renovations, put the solar on the RV, we just kind of were like, A, we want to get on the road, and B, the money that we set aside for everything was kind of running dry, and we're like, you know what, let's do the floors next year. Here we are 5 years later.
And we still haven't done the floors. Laundry's done. Now it's off to Walmart, and did you notice how dark it is in that short amount of time? I am not used to this getting dark earlier situation, especially being in Alaska for the summer where the sun really didn't set. Definitely something to get used to. Here they are. Okay, we don't need anything super big.
You know what we never did?
What?
We never measured the space.
That's true.
We know the back of the RV is like 8 feet, right?
Across?
From side to side, I think it's like just under 8 feet. And obviously we don't have to go the whole way.
Right. That seems very big.
84, that's 84 divided by 12, 7 feet. Yeah, that'll fit.
I think we found our winner.
I think so.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
It'll at least get the job done and look better than plywood.
Yes, until we can do the floors. Ooh, that's a big one. We got a lot more than an area rug.
It's not that we got more than an area rug, it's that we got a lot more than what was on the list.
I have no idea how that granola got in there.
Like, we got granola, we got boom chicka pop, like I didn't remember seeing peanuts on the list. Oh shoot.
What?
I just scanned some household items before I finished the groceries.
No, you're supposed to do them in the correct order.
I'm sorry. I didn't think, I got all scan happy.
The only reason why this is a problem is because I like to categorize our transactions, and when you go to Walmart, you've got household items, you've got auto stuff, you've got groceries, personal care. So it just makes it easier if they're all together on the receipt for me to add them up. Are you gonna be able to fit stuff back
I
there?
have no idea. Trin, you gotta slide over. Hi, yes, I gotta get the groceries past you.
Is it gone?
Yeah, they removed the spigot and they replaced it. I mean, it's nice, they have a bottle fill station, but a bottle fill station,
Does not do you any good.
no, I mean, it does me a little bit of good because I can do it, but it's,
That's a process. We found this spot on iOverlander app. We can filter to like where you can find fresh water to fill your RV tanks. And it's been here like the last 4 out of the 5 years that we have stopped by this boondocking spot. This is in downtown Medora, but they've improved the town a lot, and there's things like buildings here that have not been here before, but they did take our water spigot.
we're calling it good at 7 gallons. I gave up.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's going less than a gallon a minute.
Home sweet home.
It's Friday. The last time we left you, we had picked up a rug for this spot.
Not this one. The other one ended up being too small. We did
Yes.
not do our calculations
We did
correctly.
not take a tape measure, so
So,
I picked up this
yeah,
remnant
Joseph found this
from
at Menards.
Menards. I'm going to do a bunch of Joe projects today, and we're going to start by cleaning this up
yeah.
and getting this rug in place. So we put a fan out here for a couple of days, and thankfully it's actually been really hot. We've had 80, 90 degree weather. This whole area has dried out really well. So today I just have to clean up these edges, get everything all set, sweep it down, and then we will put this rug in place.
Are we ready for the rug?
I think we are ready for the rug. Is it wide enough?
It looks wide
wide.
enough. So we gotta, oh look, it goes over the vent though. That's not good.
We'll just have to,
Not turn on the heat. Bunny. Oop. Feels much better to have that all done and out of the way and somewhat back to normal.
I just gotta take care of my tools.
Yes, because if these are on the counter for too long.
Hey now. Well, that's it for Joe project number 1. Now I have Joe project number 2. But first, this project's gonna require a quick outfit change. This ought to do it. I am miles overdue for an oil change on the truck. So today, beautiful day, sunny, we're changing the oil. Believe it or not, all the Joe projects went off without a hitch. Wardrobe change again, back to the original.
You still got a stain on there though.
I do, I don't know what it's from. Like, that's not from,
We can't buy you clothes.
no, not at all, ever.
We still have a few good hours left in the day, so we're gonna go try to find a place that we have attempted to find every time that we have been here. We tried to find it on our bikes, we tried to find it in the truck, and now apparently it's on Google Maps. This is the Petrified Forest, and I think it's part of Theodore Roosevelt National Park South Unit. But again, we've just never been able to find it before.
One of the reasons we've had trouble finding it is because while it's in the national park, to get there, you have to leave the national park. It's not in the main entrance. It's actually closer to our boondocking spot, which is on back dirt roads.
Hey, Mr. Cow.
And all the directions we've had before, it's like take a right here, take a left here, and we've just kind of missed it. So now that it's on Google Maps, we should be able to make it, which I don't know what that says about us. I feel like that says that we're really not all that great at navigating.
It's just weird to me that all of a sudden it appeared on Google.
Yeah, well, this boondocking spot's on Google too.
Oh, it is now?
Yeah.
It's so funny to me how, like, when you go into the same areas that you have been years ago, like how it changes, how it's like more people found this boondocking area, because there's definitely a lot more people here, or RVers here, this year than there have been in the past. Ooh.
Those are some monster.
They are major.
Like if you're in a car and end up in the wrong end of that rut, you're gonna lose an oil pan.
There's only been a couple spots like this.
Yeah, but that was pretty intense.
Our goal is to try to find this like famous stump.
It's in all the pictures.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures of it.
The problem is the Petrified Forest is in two separate trails, two separate spots, and nobody that we've seen says which one.
Do you go left or do you go right?
Right.
And we don't have time to do the whole loop because the whole loop is 10 miles.
I don't have that sort of energy today.
Not today.
This is a different kind of gate.
Is it for cattle? Oh, I've never seen one do that.
After you.
Okay, thank you.
Fancy.
We are definitely back in the boundaries of the national park, and at the sign there was a thing that said no pets, so that's why Trin is not with us today on this hike. But she has gotten a lot of out time and a lot of walks around our boondocking spot, and she's really enjoyed that.
Maybe we'll go left and see what we see. We're trying to figure it out, which way to go.
Every time we pass someone, we ask them, have you seen the stump? And they look at us like, what are you talking about? Because we want to know, like...
Nobody seems to care about this stump as much as we do.
They don't, but we just need to know, like, do we go right or left? And so far, someone didn't make it that far, and then the other person said they went right.
But they didn't know what we were talking about.
Right.
And they're like, we don't think based on what you're saying that it's there, but...
So maybe we go left and hope we see it. I think that's just rock.
Technically, a petrified tree is just rock.
True.
But I didn't see any rings or anything.
Oh, we got our split.
We do. Maybe this sign will tell us which way
The stump
to
is.
the stump.
I don't know.
We're going left, right?
Yeah, let's go left.
Okay.
We just came to a knoll, and I think that's the Petrified Forest. Doesn't it look like all the different logs and things?
It looks like it. Watch your step, though.
The path to get there is a little dicey.
Whoa, I almost slipped.
I'm just going. I'm going. Made it!
The problem I'm seeing with so many like potential stumps, if that's what we're actually seeing, is which one is the one in the picture that we're trying to find? Because I was hoping we'd come down the trail and there'd be that obvious, oh, this is the stump. But instead I'm looking across the valley and I'm seeing like 100 stumps. There's so many trees, I don't know where to start looking for that one.
I spotted
You think you saw one?
something behind this little mesa thing.
You think that might be it?
It's swirled a very similar way. If it's not it, it's very, very close. No, I don't think it is it. It's so interesting though that it's plopped right on a rock.
This one's huge. Like, look at, like...
I know, it's a massive trunk.
This is, like, you could lay across it. That's really cool, but I don't know that it's the one. They're just all over the place.
We're gonna try that one over there. It's our last ditch effort. We gotta make it out of here before sunset. So we'll see if that's it, and if not, I feel like we've got our petrified fill. Like, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking it's not it just because I don't see where the sagebrush, unless it used to be this.
I think it's leaning too much.
That's cool looking, but I don't think it's it.
I don't think it's it. I also don't know that it'd be that far off the path.
Right.
Wait a minute. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe?
That might be it.
Because look at the sage.
Yeah. I think you might have found it.
It's leaning. Let me see what it looks like on this side. Now I'm second guessing myself. I don't think that's right. We're not very good at this.
Well, we didn't expect there to be 6,000 petrified trees.
I did not know there were.
There's another big one way over there.
Yeah, I did not know there were that much here.
Look at this giant one back here.
So let's check the sign and see what the actual stump looked like.
That was it.
Was it?
That was it.
Which part?
This was the, wait, is the image reversed?
I'm sure it's reversed because this is that and it has like a little knob, see?
Yeah, and it's on the other side.
And then this one back here is tilted and it's tilted the other direction. And then we've got this stump over here that has something funky, which is this. The image is reversed.
Well, that's mean.
But kudos to us for figuring it out.
We found it.
We found it.
I feel really good about that hike now.
Me too.
Stinking national park, like
Faking
reversing
us out.
an image. I don't know why they reversed the image. Was it better for the eyeballs to see it that direction than the other?
As much as I'm celebrating about that, I don't know how much of a sunset we're gonna be able to come back to just because it looks like there's rain in surrounding areas. We'll see. We could be pleasantly surprised. Sometimes you start watching a sunset, it looks like it's gonna be nothing and then it's brilliant. So we'll see which it is tonight.
Move over, guys, move over.
Oh my goodness. She is not moving. Oh, there she goes.
You guys are utterly ridiculous.
I buried this guy. Before the sun sets, just a quick note about this boondocking spot. We've referenced it a lot, but I don't think we've actually told you where it is. So it's right outside Medora, obviously right outside Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So it's very close to the highway, easy to get on and off.
It's big rig friendly.
Yep.
If you don't mind taking your big rig up a little bit of a narrow road, a little steep, but we've seen Class A's up here, we've seen big fifth wheels up here.
Yeah.
And there's probably a dozen to dozen and a half spots that you can get in, but it does seem to be filling up more than it did when we first came.
It's definitely more popular, but it's just so nice to be out here in the grasslands. This is actual national grasslands. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get.
I don't know, we'll see. The sun still could peek out. I'm hopeful.
You're hoping?
I'm hopeful.
You're hoping we have the same luck that we did with the stump?
Yes, there we go. We're gonna try to sit back and enjoy this sunset a few days late after the whole water disaster, but you are gonna wanna mash that subscribe button because starting next week, we are doing a 4-video series that's going to prove to you that when you travel, it's not about the final destination, it's about the things you see on the way.
I'm still not with this mash the subscribe button thing, but you click it, you mash it, you do whatever you want as long as you do something with the subscribe button except click unsubscribe because we like having you along.
I will take this over cleaning up water.
Yeah.